So, I haven't done quite as much reading before this recording as I usually do. I got caught up in watching Citizen 4, which is a movie about Edward Snowden, which sort of chronicles the beginning days of his time in Hong Kong with Glenn Greenwald and going through how they were going to break the story, and so I've gotten about halfway through that. It seems very good so far, but it's just it's obviously something that people should talk about and should be everyone should see and begin to think about honestly. What the government is allowed to take. And right now, I have very few viewers. Basically, nobody watches my YouTube. I've just started it, and I'm not really at a loss for how to get myself out there per se. And in my life, there's quite a lot of pain, quite a lot of hardship to go through to continue on with this process, or with any process of intervening politically, which I've done some throughout the life, but not a huge amount, but not a little either. I've done a fair amount, but it's difficult. It's become more and more difficult to continue the intervening and to keep considering just calling people, talking to people, and getting out there. But I haven't been doing that for quite a while, and I feel a certain, obviously, personal responsibility for allowing the state of the nation to deteriorate to the point it's at now because of my own failings. And so I have to question how I'm going to intervene, how I'm going to continue to move forward and up the ante, so to speak. I definitely enjoy the ability to have something, a sort of daily monologue about ideas and about what's happening in the world that I can give to other people who I may not be able to talk to for whatever reason. But yeah, so it's interesting that obviously the big story today is that the election is close, that Hillary and Trump are very close as far as the election, and it's to a certain degree, I think it's because Trump has come out and in front of with Glass-Steagall and is hitting hard on the question of Russia, whether or not he So I've talked about this, but now it's anyone's game, and what's going to happen? Who's going to be president? What's going to be their intention? It's very hard to tell. What the as far as the two major candidates, they don't seem very good. And so, what does that mean for everyone who is a citizen? It means that we should be intervening actively. Right? And right now, the only people who could get a hold of this is the NSA and watch it because of monitoring anybody who's being political. And the only time they would do that is if I became a threat per se, and they wanted to come back and check the logs on what I've been doing and use that against me somehow, which is a real possibility. It's one of those things that the NSA has the power to do that right now. And this is, I'm putting this out there free and clear, but there's also all the stuff that's not put out there free and clear that they have access to. It's not, they could, as the Snowden movie really put the point on, that you don't have to be even the one at fault. You can have your brother. Maybe they can create evidence for it. It's not like there's a whole lot of oversight into this process. They can search it, they can find it, they can find evidence on family members, on friends, find ways of pressing you to drop an issue, to change your stance, to do something that you don't want to do, whatever it is. It's a means of pressure to those who would oppose them, or who would oppose the political elite, anyone, the NSA, or anyone that has ties to the NSA. Another thing is, like, how much free access does the NSA give, to this stuff? I mean, they're collecting it. How, you say have to, supposedly would have to have a court order to whatever, but really, if you know the director, or somebody high up, how much access does does the Congress, does someone else have? It could be other people that have access to it and could use that knowledge to put pressure on someone they don't like, or put pressure on someone for whatever interest, because of the lack of oversight and because there's so much information. It could have it, So, like, it's an honest threat, something that people should worry about, but something that we need to be actively intervening on a more regular basis, and definitely need to coordinate with other people on that process. But I'm gotta catch up tomorrow, try and be more active tomorrow, and then so that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I haven't read as much of the briefing as I would like to, or much of the news. So, until tomorrow.